And a bit of a brawl, perhaps, here, Harry. As we don't know what to expect from these two rosters. Not the strongest map for either of them. Eternal Fire looking confident. Displaying that in middle with a little fake as they go back to drop down into Senzu. He sees everything he needs as they get ready for the B.
Oh, little jump around the corner into the dual Berettas of Techno, but the flashes will wreck him. And now they know about Blitz in at the back of the site. So that one is kept clean for Eternal Fire. Mazinho tries to barrel through that smoke, but won't find a thing. And so it looks like Eternal Fire are going to lock themselves in early with a nice pistol round.
Eternal Fire, nice little fake out. And Woxic 3 kills as well to find that first pistol round. He looked great yesterday, Harry.
Yeah, he really did. A triple main setup. And Eternal Fire about to walk right into it. Mongols, this is exactly what they were hoping for, but nothing connects to open this one off. And so it's just Senzu with this Deagle. His teammates are ways away as well, so he's going to try and get out of there, but try is the operative word. In this instance, he gets spammed out by Wakadia.
Yeah, well-timed play for Eternal Fire. Just contact in main, and when they get the entries, that's when the execute comes in. There's nothing worse than throwing in the execute before you've cleared main.
Yeah. And
not only does that give warning, to me, it makes sense why they like the Anubis pick. Trying to change things up, trying to catch Mongols off guard.
Got to that next stage. Things did not go swimmingly for them, but it was still a huge victory for not just them, but the region they're carrying the torch for. Since that point, though, you've seen things stagnate, get a little bit rougher for both teams. It hasn't been that continued upwards path, and so missing a Cologne is a big deal for one of these squads.
Brutal combo here.
Push out towards A main.
Again?
Kadia hopping on in. Oh, and he's going to get the better of both of them. The Mongols thought they had that dead to rights. They thought they'd just gone and carved out this part of the map, planted the Mongols flag, but instead, Kadia uproots them. And now as Senzu comes pushing in, Calyx goes to try and catch him, but isn't able to do so. Senzu is a thorn in the side of Eternal Fire right now. They want to try and uproot him, but if you look on the map, Blitz is moving over. Blitz might get here in time to lend a helping hand. Just up in the window. And that AWP scavenged by Wakadia earlier on gets the better of him.
Oh, Mongols overconfident on that reaggress. In a 5v3, they push back for more. And Eternal Fire just patiently waiting, just delayed on that Rugs position. That's a kick in the teeth for Mongols. Great punish for Eternal Fire. And they're going to creep the right way. Techno cannot be counted out in this 1v2, but he's about to walk dry into an AWP. Missed shot, only a leg, Techno low, Madger the same. And Techno now grabbing a gun, has to reveal his position and just run towards that B bomb site, giving all the time for Madger to set up. He's playing CT. Madger can die, it doesn't matter. AWP save, round 1 in a 3-on-5 for Eternal Fire. That's a disaster for Mongols, going back for more.
You know, they just spent a good bit of time kind of talking about the importance of the individuals to Eternal Fire. You've had a good showing from Woxic to open in those first few rounds, and now Wakadia showing up in a very big way to salvage that round there. It certainly looks like you have these individuals performing for Eternal Fire at the start of this matchup.
Molly has to go down. Madger runs through it with the MAC-10. Almost respect it, but Senzu's not going to let that happen with a jiggle. 9-10 should be an easy 1 kill. Shadow advantage. Woxic trying to trade with the AWP. 9-10 getting blocked here. Careful, boys. Don't want to throw this one away, but Nade's pulled for Woxic, and a double repeat gives us a 5 alive round for the Mongols. Better late than never.
Stacking up over towards B and now trying to work a bit of mid control, or at least giving the illusion that that's what they're doing.
Just ready to explode into this B bomb site, though, instead. Good util holding for the Mongols. Down to 115. They still got mollies. They drop them in main. That's an awkward fight. Senzu falling. Techno needs a multi-kill, but they go through the smoke as he finds 2. That might interest them, but Blitz runs a Molotov as well, removing any chance to play the post plant. Now a 2v2. Wakadia oversteps as much as Blitz did. And Eternal Fire get out to play this bomb.
Well, that swing from Wakadia come back to haunt Eternal Fire. The Mongols might have never even attempted this if it were a 2-on-3, but now they're interested. Zantares, that is clean.
He's got a smoke.
No chance to react for 9-10, and so Mazinho's got to do this alone. He learns about the player back in main. He knows where both are. Just Xantares left to find, reload in, but he's got that mag back in the gun in time, does Xantares. On the 40-second mark, there's a re-smoking at main, so Eternal Fire had to drop in this close one, try push up around it. That's going to cut the site in half. Both teams just having to spam these smokes and hope that something connects. Woxic has dodged death every single time on his route to getting this bomb planted. But it's Techno to make this ballsy play through the smoke. 2 quick kills from the man, and that's put the Mongols in the driving seat.
Matcha got a molly.
You can use that a little later. Try and keep them off the bomb, but they will pressure him. They will try and charge down the captain of Eternal Fire, and they'll succeed in that, so the molly never comes to pass. And the Mongols successfully retake that B bomb site.
Super well handled, right? Just completely changing up the setup, playing behind the site, and that helps for them because Eternal Fire go for a double smoke execute. They cover every single position. Eternal Fire loving this B site. Great round to do it, though, with little to work with.
Good pre-flash there from Techno, but still he's going to get run down. Oh, Xantares! Senzu tries to back up, tries to respect it and give them the space, but just gets domed.
You've got to save. This is already cooked here for Mongols. Losing 2 players, 1 through a smoke, and Eternal Fire with almost no utility just burst into B site. 1 well-placed flash, and they win the round. That is an explosive hit. Seems like Mongols are still hanging around. Are they going to do something cheeky here? Surely not. Oh, Spot is so big there, denying any chance to play a ninja.
No,
Blitz is still going in.
They're trying.
He has no kit though. It's on 9-10, who dies back in spawn. Blitz picks it up, but they run through the Molotov, and Eternal Fire dodge death. Back to this aggressive A push. They tried in the first gun round. AWP supports for a trade. Honestly worth it. But he can't go back for more. Senzu will. This is so aggressive.
Yeah, he's got the problem right now where like there's just a lot of angles to have to worry about. And now that he's been spotted, that route to get back to safety is very, very long. And he feels each of these seconds as he tries to get away from this swing at the stairs.
Got cover. Playing late as they fake B. 9-10, missed shot. He had to hit one. He had to take one with him. Without him, they get picked apart, rotating out. Aggressive Techno can't save this round.
Yeah, he has this 1v2 available right now, but the window on that is going to close quickly. Blitz all the way through the camera, looking for Xantares, and with that kill not coming through, Techno's just going to be left saving, holding on to this M4 into the next. So,
as a team that's very good at playing aggressive on CT, you'd almost think that this map would suit Mongols really well, but Eternal Fire are just playing very defaulty at the start and really punishing any plays. Nice flash, but there's 3 CTs in middle, so no result for Eternal Fire. They'll take space elsewhere, realizing they have room. So Xantares dies, but the info he gets is valuable enough that Eternal Fire roll out that red carpet and strut their stuff into an empty site. Okay. Bit weird, but still under control for the most part. Oh, playing with fire.
you wouldn't make gloves out of straw. You wouldn't make a house out of straw either, because then the big bad wolf comes and blows it down, and that's what's happening to the Mongols right now.
Yeah.
9-10 Zorp is homed in on the angle, but he has to hit this opener. If he doesn't, things get out of hand very, very quickly.
Double molly as well. That's really going to stop this split.
Fast out through Temple on the other side of things. Techno, nice. Cleanly done. And M4 works wonders.
Oh dear.
6 Zorp is still here, going to pluck one from the round. It's him and Calix though, and with only 30 seconds left, they're not fighting this battle together. Woxic's going to have to fly solo over here in mid.
It's just bomb retrieval. If they had it, they could rotate out, but Woxic's trying to pick them apart one by one. If he can get this, he can drop dart.
He wants to drop,
and Calix already has the sight. This is an excellent move for Woxic. Out? He's dodged it in time. 10 seconds. Blitz can win the round. With shots, and Woxic takes him down. What a disaster for the Mongols. Calix has put down the fire. Mazinho tries to stop it, but there is no stopping Eternal Fire burning bright in this T side.
That is a buzzer beater. That is so close. 1 second the difference. One shot landing for Blitz. Could have put a stop to this, but instead, Woxic straight styles on the Mongols.
He should not be winning that. What a despicable whiff for Blitz. You do not see this guy whiff like that.
That was so, from on Woxic's end over in middle, the double kill to open up the route to get the bomb back, underhands the smoke, gives himself precisely enough time to drop down here, and then still has to turn around and hit the fast 180 flick. That is prime Woxic. You're not sure what's real and what's fake.
He knows he has to be trap pillar.
They start lobbing out the nades, and they come in from main as well. Senzu burns alive, double nade, Molotov combo, uproots the B-side player. That 9-10 AWP gets eliminated, and so Eternal Fire gunning for double digits to open up this series.
Oh dear.
Wacardia with a clean old tap, and now just Mazinho. He's got to admit defeat here, this 1v4. It can't come through, he's boxed out, iced out, trapped in this smoke, and they've got every other angle accounted for. Through process of elimination, they know where Mazinho is, and so Eternal Fire, 10 rounds locked in on a ludicrous T-side to open up this series.
And they're going to just go rushing Mongols. Desperate times, call for the most desperate of measures into this B bomb site. Woxic P2K tap away 1. The Glocks overwhelm. And this will be the Mongols planting on this B bomb site. Maybe they have a chance here to wake back up. Can Xantares put them to sleep?
Dawn Berettas to work with, but he's lost his teammate in Magic. Oh, so Xantares, that first shot's real clean. He's able to go on for a double, and now Wacardia dons the Xantares, Dawn Berettas tap on the bomb, forces the fight, Techno dead, and it's Senzu, the man who was bullied and who is struggling from that first half, left to clutch up, he delivers for the Mongols.
They're going to just stack up in the middle. This could be awkward, Blitz. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, pretty good actually. Pistols will get their vengeance. Oh my goodness, Magic. That's just a double headshot. AK coming through. Got to win the round now, Techno. Just put it down, and he will. 3 from Techno and 4 for the Mongols. Get him, and also because it pops on the left, if anyone's playing close, they're going to take damage as well. So he just cleared out all of water and realizes no one's actually playing towards B. They leave 2 in middle, Eternal Fire. Smoke fade for Blitz. Somehow he gets the better. But Woxic doesn't move a muscle. He should surely have this trade. It's not a comfortable position, but Blitz on low health needs that trade from Techno. Playing late in the round as his team set up for an A execute. Techno has to win this all.
The fast flank from Match is shut down, but now they're not ready for Xantares. They might end up discounting this. They're trying to lend time to Techno to come out through middle, but he gets shut down straight away. And so now that backstab for Xantares is very, very potent indeed. Senzu can't offer up a thing. And so this trifecta, Wacardia, Xantares, and Woxic shut down the Mongols' hope on this T side.
They're just not playing very confident, really, right? Like, you see Techno go for that timid swing out camera. If he just follows Woxic, who runs away and reloads Heaven, he had great timing. He can get 2 kills here, but it's a jiggle, it's a timid peek.
On the flip side as well, like the way that Woxic played that round is screaming confidence and like faith in their read of the game. Ability to deal with what the Mongols are throwing his way, and that's scary. They're going to test him in this round now, and Woxic's AK roars to life. Look at him go!
What a monster right now. Woxic just slaughters 3 coming through camera. Take a picture. It'll last longer. Eternal Fire, 12-4 on this CT side. An absolute reckoning.
And that is a very, very scary Woxic to be up against. That was kind of the reason, you know, when he joined this squad, that's what you were excited about, the promise that he could rebuild to that sort of level, and he very much has.
Techno just got dinked from afar.
Oh, there's a fight we've seen before.
Haha, other side, same result. And the nade even finishes off Techno. Mazinho not much better.
from start to finish here, Eternal Fire have just been better. The individuals have been fantastic. The calling from Magic was so good. He spent the first like 7-8 rounds of the game conditioning the Mongols to be fearful for just these straight up site takes, these straight up execs, and then he started using that against them with more fakes later in the half. The entire game plan has been fantastic from start to finish here for Eternal Fire on Anubis.
Wrap it up.
The Mongols, they're going to have to look ahead. They're going to have to look to the next map in this series. They've got to hope that they can bounce back on the second and have more success on Mirage, because Anubis ain't it, and they are not getting into the group stage with a showing like that. From someone like Senzu, who was getting shut down all across map 1.
I'm a little worried with this pistol setup because Calix is baiting jump spotting and he's already found a kill, but they don't know about the jewel. He's up close on the balcony. Ugly shots. Team kill comes through. Senzu's on the board, Harry, but not how you want it. He's out of the car right now. Calix pinched, stuck in the site, and 910 doesn't clear his corner. Luckily, Madge's not listening. He ran all the way up right there. Somehow Mongols have slowed this down and have picked this back up. It's just Santaris stuck in the site and chasing him down, and it will be Mongols with the pistol. Ugly from Makati. I'm not expecting that after a phenomenal last map. Could have won the round single-handedly, it felt like, with that position. And there's still a chance to do it in the second. SMG does a lot of damage to 910. They're out ramp. Calix saw it. Ricardia, second chance.
Oh, and this time he doesn't drop the ball. There's the opener on the MP9. Calix's Deagle even finds another in the downtime. Match is going on a big flank all the way through B. So the rest of Eternal Fire here, even if they're just able to chip away with this scout, do a little bit of damage, keep the attention away from Match's backstab. There's still a lot in this round for Eternal Fire. Sure, they lose Calix, but it is this flank that's looking to decide it all. 910! I mean, we saw Blitz with a huge whiff in that last one. For Madge, that feels much the same. He feels like he has that dead to rights.
Oh, that's a disaster. He lands on the little lip of the stairs and just wallops him. Trying to peer through a window, but smoked off immediately. And again. Very aggressive for Ricardia there. He's going to get out, just about. Meanwhile, they walk dry into this A side, but Woxic's already repositioned very quickly. It's double AWP on the CT side. Woxic falls. 910 eats a headshot. They've hunted down Xantaris, got a lot of space with that top con smoke, and the other AWP is a long way away. Calix plays very early. Does not wait for his team to join. And yet again, that might be the undoing of Eternal Fire in this round. Now a 2v3. Completely out of position. Oh, as that molly goes, 910 gets back out in time. Oh, nice shot. Senzu's back.
Well, they'll need him before all is said and done. This is more like it for the Mongols. For Eternal Fire, these CT halves are often where they find the bulk of their successes in Mirage. I mean, this was back at the Major. One of the maps they played Na'Vi on in that quarterfinal ended up being an OT affair. He's just waiting here to see if anyone comes his way or if he hears anything over at ramp. And so because Mizinho's gotten so deep over towards the ramp side, they've got him walk that bomb up through connector. They lose Senzu over at short, but right now the Mongols still in a good position in spite of losing that first man. And there's the 910 AWP getting involved.
Still has a good fight.
Alex, yeah, still going to get back here and ramping. Good timing, but they go and they check it. Mizinho, the one who comes from ramp in the first place, going to sniff him out. Madge, good damage on the 5-7 thus far. He's tagged everybody.
Careful.
He is wounded everyone on the Mongols, and this 5-7 is still doing damage. Madge, this is crazy. They should have never been in a position to win this, or even attempt it, and so finally Madge has been dealt with.
Oh my god.
And so now just a flat B walk here for the Mongols. Only Madja actually in the site. Wakadi is going to lend a helping hand from short. It's another one of these TK pushes out through the apartments. Last time they were able to win it. And as Senzu battles back, he will reclaim that man advantage. 9-10's Orb fires off and catches Calix crossing.
Despite these just team kills on B hits, Mongols are still doing it 4v5. That's a nice peek for 9-10. Well handled on this execute. Mongols slow it down and clear out Madja from behind that smoke. And this is a dominant game right now for the Mongols, just clinical.
Once more, that 9-10 AWP is just so valuable.
Yeah,
right? Like, as Eternal Fire are trying to play the speedy rotates in, he deals with them both. And then suddenly Xantares, who's been rapping through the apartments the entire round, is like, well, I can't play. It's over. Like, it's already out of his hands.
Fast out middle this time, but they want to challenge it. Corwin nades out his blitz as Woxic swings middle. It's 1-for-1. Meanwhile, Lurkers have done very well, but Mizzino double dinged. Calix finally holding his own in an important mid-round. 4-on-3 here for Eternal Fire as Mongols come crawling up connector. Oh my,
that's ballsy from Techno, but it will work out. He's got a nice little foothold over here towards jungle. Is he ready for Calix? Tries to flick back and deal with him, and Calix gets out on 1 HP. That softens him up for the 9-10 pistol. But now he's got to embark on this clutch 1v3 as it begins. Tap on the bomb. Wakadia rooting around through the spawn, and Madja hoping an angle opens up to this AWP on the catwalk, but it's not going to anytime soon, and Calix is...
What a spot.
Wakadia rather has confirmed that now. 9-10 goes looking for him. Orb trained in, but it just misses the mark.
I've never seen anyone crouch there before. That's a crazy off angle. And that Orb has been spotted in the Palace as well. So this is attention diverted for Eternal Fire. They're going to clear it anyway.
Calix is the one responsible for the mid component right now. And so he kind of has to get a move on. They know where he is. Xantares is getting burnt down under the Palace. Calix still battles back. I don't know if they noticed it. It was Xantares they got down in the kill feed, and so Calix just lays waste to the Mongols. Leaves it all on Senzu. Last man from this connector contingent of the round. With only 20 seconds left, there's no hope for him here. Eternal Fire, one step ahead there.
I like the idea for the Mongols, but yeah, it's still a little split up. The ramp player doesn't come out at the right time.
And considering, you know, that's like a more unorthodox CT hold of that A site, it comes together beautifully for Eternal Fire. They all have great understanding of what they're responsible for, how they're meant to respond on the back of the contact that they get. That flowed really well. And so over the last couple of rounds now, Eternal Fire are getting more and more to feel happy with behind this CT side.
Very confident for Wakadia, but he's going to pay the price. Xantares did find a 5v4 by spraying his HE at top mid. And he doesn't see Mongols right now, but they're all tucked out behind the boxes and the corner. Xantares full smokes himself off, giving this mid control away yet again. Wakadia, feeling like an unnecessary overcommitment from short, has plunged Eternal Fire into darkness. They don't know what's going on right now. Crawling up connector yet again. Woxic, too many angles, has to relegate himself to the stairs, and this flank from Calix isn't even happening. He's just sat in Palace. Woxic misses that timing on the turn, and Calix has to come back to stop this plant. They know he's here somewhere. Where's he gotten off to?
Oh, well, he's going to get out with one. But it's an instant trade for Techno 4K. But he would need both kills. Xantares will not let that happen. And so the save now at least allows Eternal Fire to have the AWP in the next round at full guns. They might get that 4 they were looking for. That's one of the better chances Woxic has had at the start of a round, and that miss, don't have that miss be the one that comes back to haunt them as the Mongols explode out through the catwalk. Madja withstands the B hit for now, and Woxic joins him on this AWP. When we saw Madja bring the AWP over, he found success. Will Woxic do the same? That's not a bad way to start, but lost inside of this smoke. Mizzino with a MAC-10 and 2 low HP players laid out right in front of him.
Just waiting it.
He could still make this weird yet. Madja and Woxic are both a shot from death. And so will Mazinho be able to deliver that?
Saw him.
Knows about the first, but he's waiting for info on the second. The longer he stays here, the less they expect it. Right now, Eternal Fire think they've cleared out B.
Blitz is faking, and he's
They've got no clue.
Oh, he saw him. Maybe on the map.
He
Did they
back.
turn?
No! Woxic gets sideswiped, and now Matcha just holds on at 8 HP. So Eternal Fire, they locate Mazinho, and then they find their fourth. Smokes come out for Eternal Fire.
Bomb is late. Super late. It's on the nade player.
One of those smokes misses too, but Calyx does what he can to make up for it. He's gone and taken the control over stairs away.
Oh.
And battling back against 910 is a big deal, but there's the flank for Senzu, that plant, that late plant that you mentioned. Comes back to haunt them here. Eternal Fire, they were hoping they were going to be 4-on-3 with bomb planted and everyone watching it from the connector side, that path that Calyx had carved on out earlier. Instead, they've got to retake A. They've got to recommit to these fights and get that bomb planted. They've got a low HP Techno 4K trapped in the spawn, and over in at ramp, Senzu also takes one of the dome. All three players have been dinked for the Mongols. Wakadia, 3 bullets could win him the round. There's the first. Does he have any more left in the tank? Jiggle from the spawn. He knows where Techno is. He's trying to locate Blitz. Feeling like he's pieced this one together, but now Wakadia is low as well. Finished off by that push over the stairs.
Yeah, I guess Magic's the captain. He wants to do everything. He wants to support his team in the best way possible, but that's a complete mess to be throwing the full execute on A. The bomb is anywhere else. This is where Mongols can start to run away with the game now. A full eco to take double digits, and there should be little resistance, if any. 1 kill up mid. Make it 2. It's a P250, Harry.
Second.
I am counting my chickens. I've got one of them.
That second shot was beautiful.
Yeah. And he's been hurt.
Yeah, Mazinho should have this locked in, no problem. And even if he doesn't, Senzu's there. Senzu's playing with confidence. He's just swung out from short and confirmed there's no one in mid for Eternal Fire. So that re-smoke down at the top of Con shouldn't do much to further the goal of faking this mid-hit for Eternal Fire, meaning the Mongols haven't overreacted. They've still got bodies over here towards A. They lose out on Blitz, but 910 is still in the picture here. In an awkward spot, he'll get boxed in. Matcha gets rid of him, and this Techno MP9 never gets the ball rolling. It's just Senzu left. And so even though the Mongols pieced together what was happening there, wasn't fast enough to adjust to it. It wasn't fast enough to get ahead of it. Eternal Fire, the pace does them well.
Techno got triple dinked in CT as well, so some sharp shooting.
It's a low buy for the Mongols, and they put everything into this round. If they lose this, they're broke, and so the gap starts to close very, very quickly. Xantares, at this critical juncture, is either the man to get 2 kills on the opener, or just that one and done. And so he gets traded after the fact. If he gets both there, that tees up Eternal Fire for a reasonably easy round victory. They'd be 5-on-3 up with the Mongols over-rotating. Instead, it's even odds, and so the Mongols start probing. They start checking elsewhere. Blitz pushing in through lower is going to be hot on the heels of these players out through the apartments.
Oh, dear.
And he even starts to play ahead of time on a feeling. He hears that util getting thrown in from Magin now. He knows he's got a kill right here on a silver platter. In with the backstab. Blitz has done work. Forces them into Techno 4K and Mazinho in this B-site hold. Wakadia and Calyx, they've been the two keeping Eternal Fire even in this game. So let's see if they can deliver something in this 2-on-3. Wakadia seems to think so.
No kit either. The captain of the Mongols, the second highest performer, and no information as he enters the darkness of this B-bomb site. He's got to clear out Calyx, who's not looking the right way right now. Easy frag, but blocked by the bench. Calyx peeks ahead and takes that round for Eternal Fire.
All the stars had aligned for the Mongols.
Oof.
And it's the individuals of Eternal Fire, the individuals of Wakadia and Calyx that turn the tides.
Some eco kills can bolster the confidence, so let's see if Woxic can get activated now. He's got his 5th kill there on a deagle. It's going to be hyper important once we hit rifle rounds. Mongols will have theirs soon. B is completely open, and Eternal Fire are about to figure that out. Yeah, they heard that one. Jump shot for Xantares. Flying high. And flying blind is Mazinho. He doesn't know how many players are about to explode out of the apartments. Done a lot of damage, but no kill for it. So Eternal Fire should be walking this over the line and into the face for Mazinho. He's done damage. Woxic saves the day. A moment of desperation there for Mazinho. Almost comes up with gold. Good block on short, knowing that these B-splits have been a problem already. Not wanting to give Eternal Fire open runway to this bomb site. Good grenade, but Mazinho comes up with a kill instead as Xantares continues his frustrations on this second half. Jump Spot gets information. May have even seen the bomb there as well. Eternal Fire don't feel like they can commit to this. They get re-blocked at 30 seconds. There's still another smoke on the A site. There may be no kit, but I don't know if this round will get that far as Eternal Fire try and make that quick short split and get into the triple B stack.
Yeah, they're trying to lend a bit of room to Woxic right now to make a play, but he's just hopped off the catwalk. He's trying to sell the A-fake right now. Techno gets deleted by Wakadia as he barrels out through the apartments. They've got to get past Senzu, and they can't manage it. Maja, it's his time. Dropping in 10 seconds. Buzzer beater of a round, and Blitz puts a stop to it. You need the output now from these guns because the entire game is riding on it. And Xantares dies straight away. That all picks him out from the round. 9-10 on a wide swing. Wakadia also falls. That's both the AKs removed. And the hopes dying for Eternal Fire in front of your eyes to turn around Mirage. Just Maja and Woxic left standing. Weapon retrieved at least. But this A site looks terrifying. The Mongols have had time to bring everyone around, and now they're even starting to hold these contingency plans and watching onto that rotate from top middle. And so once again, in one of these moments, Woxic splits away from the pack, leaves Maja to go it alone. He's going to try and look for something elsewhere on the map, and he seemed aware of that, but edging around the corner into Senzu further off the angle, that's an easy shot for him to hit. And now Maja is all alone. Dear. That orb gets a line, and 9-10 brings the Mongols onto map point, now just 5 kills away from making up for that slow start and taking us onto Nuke. And this is why, you know, seeing all this frustration on someone like Xantares and seeing him struggle is a hard, you know, a very bitter pill to swallow if you're Eternal Fire. This guy gets the good spots. He gets all the attention into trying to set him up, so you need him to output from that. Even in this round, the potential last round of the map, he's been given that gun, and it's gone in middle, while Wakadia is having to try and do it with the Deagle. Woxic has grandfathered the AK from the body of Xantares and looks for a little bit more, but sniped out from Techno. 2 on 3. The Mongols a man down. Calix donning that AWP, gets rid of Techno over on the short side at Senzu. Gifted 1 kill, sure, but he's very far removed from the round.
Unless they face him in CT and give him a reason to go for this,
wait,
he shouldn't. Major is in the open, but flicks back in the last second.
Oh, that's
spicy.
Oh, and a missed window smoke as well.
Ooh.
They either overcome this challenge and then have to face far greater ones, or they fall down in the worst way up against this eco round from the Mongols. Calix and Woxic are doing whatever they can, but it's got to be Woxic and Xantares now to deliver in this 2-on-2. Mazinho with a crazy flick down, and Woxic gets finished off. The pistols do it for the Mongols. They'll get their revenge. They'll answer back on Mirage, and they'll send this onto Nuke. The Mongols with a T-side start. And Eternal Fire heavy on the dual Berettas here, light on the util. They plan on just shooting them. And Xantares, he's certainly living up to that right now. as he opens this pistol round, hitting a blinder onto 9-10 out in the yard.
Just pops him in the skull. We've got Julies being baited in for on ramp. 3 strong here already. Mongolz will not be committing to that position. And that's an ugly entry. It will come through, but not enough as Xantares is undetected. And an expert with the USP. 3 kills and a hype pistol round for Eternal Fire. So Xantares fighting freely outside. Headshot immediately back to reality. Sees the molly go, knows he has a window to escape. So actually, well handled by the Mongols to not overdo it. They still want to escape the bomb, that's the hardest part. Ricardo knows it, playing for exits, gets one more, just trying to chip away.
Imagine, you know, Xantares being told, don't worry, look, the round passed us by, but we don't want you to stop going for these sort of plays. We want you to keep trying to be involved early. You want him riding a high. Xantares looks like he wants to make a play here. Swings on out from Secret. If he could get away with a double, that's huge. Oh. What about all 3? Xantares! That's why they say to him, keep making these plays. Keep testing the limits. A huge round from Xantares after a quiet second, one where he was enraged. Him and Woxic both finding success to kickstart this final map in the series, the one that could send you into the group stage. And that is exactly what you want to see if you're Eternal Fire. And now Xantares is getting loud.
Yeah. Hit a player in the smoke. Where's that player gone? It's Garage. Calyx dropping lower. Woxic gets caught falling out of the heaven. And Blitz is taking more and more space. Even if Xantares gets this kill, how aware will he be for a second lurker? They can stall on the ramp room. Let Mazinho play.
They've gone and taken back the lobby control, and now Eternal Fire are even clearing the ramp room. They know this is through heaven. It is the only spot on the map that's left. So Xantares blinded off the angle, but he at least gets out alive. Wakadi is dealt with on the flank in from behind, and Maja can't quite wrestle that kill away from Techno. So even though the Mongols were known about, even though Eternal Fire were ready for it, they're able to battle through.
Mad that a flash just honestly wins them the round, even though Xantares is eyes on the prize there. The rest of Eternal Fire set up. He gets pushed back. They lose hut control. They have to go back into lobby. It all just comes crumbling down from a really great position for Eternal Fire where they have so much info. Calyx trying to escape is no easy task, but he will get out. And Mongols, great mid-rounding, doing the double lurk in Garage. Last thing Eternal Fire expect. And Blitz hears that coming. Mongols slow it down. They get 4 into Secret. Xantares caught. Got to be careful. They start running him down. They know they have some room, and he re-swings. Bit stubborn on the fight there. Didn't feel like he could have escaped, though, with that position being given away. Calyx just about getting set up in the lower bomb site. They've walked past Techno in the door.
Oh, Techno could end this whole round before it even has a chance to begin, but Woxic right now rotating in towards lower. That AWP fires off for a kill on a 9-10. The Mongols, they don't want to jump the gun on this, not with Techno clearing out this top site. The fact that they've bypassed each other means that that bomb can rotate up through the vents. Now, will Maja beat them to the punch, getting around towards the door? The bomb doesn't come up right away. Instead, Techno is re-clearing the lobby.
What a read? How?
Wakadi is still here, still able to fight for control over the top site, and he drops in and deals with the round.
This game is insane because you don't know who's going to win at any point. Like, you feel like one team has all the info, has all the position, and then they just get shot in the side of the head. The rotates we're seeing right now are out of this world. We actually have Mongols going for a force buy here with almost no utility. Smokes go outside.
Xantares is on his, like, just straight beast arc right now. He has run all the way through lobby to open up this round, and he did that from spawn. That was his opener. Just run through the door and clear lobby. Even though they find Woxic out in the yard, no good deed goes unpunished here.
Now they know their secret, so Magic can drop and actually play a little bit safer this time. He's got a Molotov. He can go back stairwell.
I would love to see him get out of the vent.
Yeah.
I guess that means, you know, then he's dedicated down low, but this is just an objectively better angle.
Yeah, and he can duck away, throw his molly if he wants. He can play the B-bomb site. It means he's taking players with him here rather than just allowing a bomb plant. It's a perfect round to try and deny that. Does some damage and doesn't overdo it. It's a perfect play for Maja, blocking the double door as well. He should have a kill guaranteed here if they commit down lower. He could be anywhere. Xantares is so keen to play. Comes creeping down the vent. Mizzino, oh no, he thinks about that one too many times, and he will get punished.
They often use that against opponents here on Nuke, and you're not getting to do that right now because the guy you run into roaming is Xantares, the guy who's 13-2 and absolutely destroying your hopes and dreams of getting to those Cologne groups.
Ooh,
but finally they found a way in over towards ramp. They deal with Calyx and Woxic on the openers, but already down at lower. There's a rotate in for Eternal Fire, and Xantares has just materialized before their very eyes over in hell. The map starts to shrink on down now for the Mongols, and they're only left with this play down into B. And Wakadia is already here.
There's no way they clear this. There's no reason Wakadia should or could or would be here. So he can just stop that bomb plant in its tracks, and he knows another player must be nearby. Techno over the top, and Wakadia had no business winning that fight.
The team in around him, who were playing well anyway, with the exception of Woxic, are now starting to spring to life. In suit with that, Wakadia fast vent drop, but he's not ready for Techno, who's already down here.
That's what I meant, though. Like, Mongols haven't tried anything fast, so Eternal Fire aren't respecting that they can. And so Calyx is caught, you know, rotating out of ramp with a knife out or nades out. You know, Mongols finally limit test, which you don't want to do with AKs. It's far more effective with Tech 9s, and they get away with it. I wonder if Madge is calling, I'm going to try sneak this defuse, but Mongols can afford to die on the hill of the bomb, and it's a Stralis plant as well, so I don't think this one's realistic. They're going for the last second 3v5. They've been spotted as well. No element of surprise here for Eternal Fire. There's one kill, there's two kills. Madge is exploding out of nowhere, but the clock is still ticking to the favor of the Mongols. 1v2 is Xantares, as good as he's been. A team kill will do whatever gets you over the line.
Ooh, that's Eternal Fire trying to like throw the reminder the Mongols way. You're 5-on-3.
Full nades, he wants to fight. How does he just get away? He can't keep getting away with it.
Oh my god, just you don't want to face him. Smoke out through the door. Xantares spray destined to connect with the game he's having, and he hops down into the site. He wants to fight them every step of the way. Xantares has reinvented himself for this third map. And he has become the thing that the Mongols fear. He has become the man they fear. No time for 9-10, no chance. Eternal Fire lock in. A dominant lead on this CT side, and they even knock that AWP out to close.
What can he do, man? There's literally nothing that 9-10 can do. I mean, he could have gotten away with a stick in fairness, but he hears the shots above him. He just tries to get that kill before he plants. They're everywhere. They're all around him. And Xantares is just playing with unwavered confidence. And actually, after being punished on that one vent dive, this time he uses every bit of util to perfection. A masterclass on that lower rotation. If you run into this guy, he's going to take multiple kills with him in every position. Here's that upper bust. Fantastic tap from the Tech, taking two in the head, and Mizzino running amok. Woxic, he's got the AWP here. We've not had to say his name too much, but maybe in the last round of the half, they can pull off a little clutch round. Not allowed. Mongols slipping one in for enough to break back, or will it be Eternal Fire eliminating the Mongols here in the play-in?
So this one is weighted heavily.
Just felt like whatever Mongols called, it didn't really matter. Eventually, you've got to get through the final boss. Missed up a Molotov, but it's only a ramp rush anyway on this fake out. Mizzino's going to drop down lower. There's no kit here. He's going to have to fight for his life.
Oh, cleanly done on a Wakadia. That's a very consistent voice from the series removed, but Calyx more than makes up for it now. Senzu will reply at least, leveling the playing field in this 3-on-3. Madge was the guy faking onto the top site, and Senzu awaits him down at lower. Calyx and Woxic have got to combine to pick this one up, but the bomb out in no man's land. They're left fighting without a bomb planted yet. Woxic's been spotted, he's been located, he's trying to lend time for Calyx to come in on this backstab, and they will uproot Senzu. That can open up a route to a plant here. Woxic's low on health, so he's not going to help much in providing cover, but that swing is wild. It's Techno 4K, or it's the pistol for Eternal Fire. Calyx, take a bow. That pistol round is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, 4 kills from the player who was 5-0, but like 8 rounds in was not a necessity, was not even required to perform in this game. Or he shows up in the most important round so far and puts on 4 kills, entries and closes. And that's as Xantares gets tapped, crossing into the site. Great reposition, flanking back around the vents. That's a painful round to lose for the Mongols. Just trying to land pot shots outside. Some damage has certainly been done. Oh!
Oh my god! Xantares isn't loving the way that this T side has started, that much is for certain.
Got to keep your head strapped on, but doesn't help when the scout is out.
But if map 2 and if the early stage of this one showed us anything, it's that the rest of his team are very reliable. Sure, they made extra space for him here in that first half.
Take that.
Techno hits a blinder as well. This force buy from the Mongols up against a scary scoreline comes from a place of desperation. They have hit 2 blinders to open this up. And now Blitz on this reposition. The Eagle by his side gets up into the rafters in time, and he's got support moved in from the ramp room. The Mongols are all over this lower site. Eternal Fire don't feel like they can progress on in.
They're going back. They open the door only to creep back up secret. Calyx in the vent as well can play off of them. This is a really nice repause. But they get caught coming up by the scout. 910 still in heaven. This smoke has to provide a path. This is the bomb outside after all. So Calyx needs to play now, and he's going to start clearing out the lobby. In the meantime, 910 goes back. There's no time for this play. Wakadia, rather, in a 1v5, it feels like the Mongols have just stolen around from out underneath them, pulled the rug with pistols, no less. Or even the rafters above the hut. Either way, again, it's this fake out for Eternal Fire as they pop ramp. Scout should have no problem. No need to repeat, but hunted down by Glock could get awkward here. The burst is on. Woxic just wants this kill, and he's going to force it. 4v4, this is only an eco. Armored Glock, for crying out loud. A re-aggression could be dangerous. This is an uncomfortable re-clear with a lot of angles and different heights as well to deal with. The Tech-9s will just come swinging in and take 2 kills as Mongols get a little bit too keen. 4-on-2 now. Senzu back down B, but he needs to go heroic here to win this round. That nade will do it. Kill the bomb. Good start.
Even though this looked like a really good spot for Eternal Fire, that they can't get ahead of themselves here. This is still a tricky round to try and navigate. Woxic retrieves that scout.
Oh dear.
Does a bit of damage, but it's Magic getting painted up by the Mac-10. Calyx's chance to trade. It's quickly getting away from him, and now it's just Woxic. 8 seconds left. He just doesn't have the time. They've kept their finger to the pulse here to open up on this CT half, leaning heavy in towards the hut earlier. Eternal Fire and Techno ready for this. Plays a nice angle just to try and repel it. He actually goes back in for even more, and that's 1 step too many. He was given a chance to get out of there, but tries to hound down Xantares, who survives at 1 HP. Senzu made some noise playing out through the door, so they know they've got him trapped in here. Smokes are down for Eternal Fire, but it's Blitz to make that first move.
Now Ben.
There's an option. They know where both these players are, but instead they go looking for Senzu back in the lobby before they head down the vent.
Desperate spray as well, and great reaction from Calyx. He just goes hunting for that kill, and they've even heard this drop. Cardi needs to be very cautious. Oh, he's stuck behind the side. No, not communicated, not heard. No clue. He can stick this bomb. He can win this round right now. Does the smoke let him down? He believes in it, and Calyx just has to spam. He has 1 chance, and it's stolen away. What happened? Oh dear.
They haven't given in to the frustration yet, but they might soon. Eternal Fire.
Full ramp rush. Orps here, double Orp as well. Mongols, the 4th player to play at the series. Oh. Blitz won't escape. And ground gained.
So much weighted on this first attempt at getting the opener. There is some moves getting made right now, right as the hit is about to come in. 910 just walks the AWP up from lower. And so he's going to get there, deal with the main component in time. But his teammates in the top site fall. 9-10 on this AWP, going to struggle to get involved. And Mazinho donning that second AWP. You couldn't think of a worse time to have this sort of buy. A top site retake, double AWP. They are out of there.
I know the analysts are going to be just molding about this double AWP because Mongols always pull it out at the most questionable of times. We've seen them already lose games in this tournament because of double AWPs, and they pull it out when Eternal Fire haven't established economy on the T side. When you're trading rounds off of winning the force buy, you know Eternal Fire's money is low, and you buy a double AWP? Sure, it got them a 5-on-4 on ramp, but it just limits you so much when you get into late rounds. And this is getting shaky now. Frustrating round to lose for the Mongols, and Eternal Fire just rob it. Oh, you did. Yeah, saved. Trying to put pressure on upper as they just pop out, but Techno's covering from above. All these grenades and nothing to show for it.
Oh, and Techno's done a real good job of repositioning out of the danger zone from those flashes, and no one went in with them. I feel like it's a bit of a shame. The flashbang was really good, but it came after the death of Xantares. It came after that go at the opener, and then no one went for that trade. Yeah, the rest of the util had already started burning out.
Oh dear, Blitz has got this one.
The Mongols able to stop the A play in spite of all the util that gets lobbed into them, in spite of Xantares being that first man in. They successfully eliminate a big play from the toolkit of Eternal Fire here. Even coming into this game, you said you were excited to see some of their top side plays.
Yeah, that one's unfortunate because there's actually no one in standard positions, right? There's no one hut roof and there's no one backside, and that's just entirely what Eternal Fire were playing for. They're getting mollies on both of those positions, plus the double nade. Like, if someone's backside, they're not living in that round, and then Eternal Fire rush up and they get the kills. This is done, and Maggia will not be allowed to plant on the B site.
Yeah, plus, I mean, in these sorts of rounds, you don't have much of an issue with that coming out. Senzu, gnarly flick back around.
Okay.
And there's that Mazinho AWP having rotated away from ramp. They are pages ahead of Eternal Fire in this round. They fully reinforced the top site.
They actually had 0 ramp in that round, right? They're playing a heavy A and outside setup, so even though Eternal Fire get him through the smokes on a main split, Mongols have the ramp player in heaven with the AWP almost instantly. And another AWP down secret to stop a B play, so just gambling that Eternal Fire would not go ramp in that round. Really nice setup. Don't know how Senzu does as well as he did, and not even an exit, not even a kill for Eternal Fire. 10-10. One of the best aimers in the game.
And it's just back to these over and over again. So stubborn to break through the top site when it's never once panned out.
Lost the
Senzu, he's loving this. Give the guy a couple more chances. Get him switched online, and now he's even willing to go blow for blow with Xantares.
Again, slaughtered on top site.
And so I think so far, Maggia, I think it's called a good, certainly opened well on Anubis.
Pick ahead off of the top here. That's a great grenade. They're going to have to move forward with it. Good damage. Just a sprinkling on this Eternal Fire T side. 4 players lower. Maggia playing a late ramp lug that's being considered. There's a hole in the door, and Xantares loses his legs and life. Senzu in the middle of the site is putting up a show. Eternal Fire are constricted to a single doorway, and death lies on the other side. In a 4-on-5, up the vent is desperation.
Trying to rejoin Maggia as he makes his way out through the heart. There's an opener found for Woxic, sure, but Techno 4K will not let them in. The Mongols match series. And that frustration is well and truly back. Eternal Fire can feel their chance of making it to the group stage slipping away from them.
Xantares off the leash again.
They open this series with the goal of getting Xantares switched online. They live by him, they die by him. If he doesn't up the performance here down the stretch of These last few rounds, it is a done deal, but a double opener here to try and grind out an overtime is certainly a convincing case made. Smart Techno back in the lobby, so you know he's going to get involved in this topside play, but yeah, Xantares has been dispatched to deal with him. He does miss that timing on that slip through the smoke, but Woxic will not. They're waiting on the other side of it.
I mean, the only argument to save is to not give them an AWP. So that might be one reason. Otherwise, you just try and sneak in a defuse. I don't think Eternal Fire will give that one up. Xantares finally put down after a fantastic double entry outside. Heard 910 spam his AWP and push through the smoke on that timing. Really nice, just individual move from Xantares. They're going to try hunt this AWP.
Senzu and Xantares both topping the charts. Both have a lot to say on how this pans out, but it's going to be Calyx to secure the opener for Eternal Fire. They're playing for overtime. They're playing for more rounds. But look who moves in to try and undo it all. Senzu with a very aggressive line in through the hut, and in the same way that Xantares was taking liberties on the entire CT side, Senzu now looks to do the same. Aggressive position, a lot to do, and nothing done as Xantares takes his head off as they clash in the hut.
Crazy clear, just feeling in his bones. Fake smokes outside. This should be confirmed. Blitz can see deeper than this. This is only to stop a Heaven player. Blitz knows it is. You may as well gamble upper right now because they know this outside smoke wall is a complete fraud. They're going to try group up, peeking the door into Xantares' AWP up the vent denied as well. And Techno 4K needs 5. It's not meant to be. It's Eternal Fire dragging us surely to overtime. Back at the site. Not the low player. Techno lights them up, but it will be Eternal Fire stepping up to the task and giving us bonus play. Matches just walks out hard. There's not even a flash. Techno has just been an absolute beast on this A site. Multi-kill after multi-kill on his own with the A4. Senzu caught by Xantares' quick flick. He's almost up to 30 kills right now, and he's going to need them if they're to win this round. Into the top side they go. Mizzino trying to force him off the bomb. He will not do so. Xantares with a stick. And 2 health the difference as Eternal Fire set up to hold down this site.
I mean, this whole third map has been an exercise in picking Xantares back up and getting him back in the game, and now they've decided you're not going first anymore, bud. You're playing a trade. He's hard fought a path back into this round, but at 2 HP, how much more can Xantares do? He will get run through by Blitz, and that leaves it all on Calyx. Out through the hut, nice tries to swing this wide, but Mizzino, faith in 910, faith that he had the time and that Calyx wouldn't be able to get him off that bomb.
Lots of damage done. Techno, they heard him run in here. That's a little awkward, but he's still going to win the fight with ease. 5v4 for the Mongols. They can sit back and relax. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Could have done with that landing. Senzu going to swing out. Tries to make quick work of it. Techno 4K has been a rock anchoring this top site, and they've got to figure out how to move past him. Just jiggling, trying to keep them on their toes and buy some time for Blitz and 910 to get to work.
He's on the other edge of the smoke. You want a round like this with a double entry, and if Woxic covers Secret, aggression will be tempered. Woxic hits his shot. Are they ready for Mizzino as well? He's not in a hurry. Knowing the AWP could be bearing down, he'll play later in the round.
Even starting with double Secret leaves you strapped for manpower elsewhere on the map.
I mean, they haven't been playing ramp in this game.
Yeah, Mizzino kind of has to deal with Xantares, you feel like, out in the yard, because you give him space to get in through main, and this top site becomes one hell of a killing field. 910 on that AWP. Strikes from the heavens. Mizzino's made noise. Smoke down, and Wakadia finds it. 910's AWP can't get a bearing on Woxic, and so Eternal Fire will find their way in. Both teams have struggled on their T sides. So that will be the side which really decides your fate across this one. How are you able to do it? Are you able to uplift from what we saw in that first half? Gets the spot on the Mongols down at lower. A fast reposition, but reinforcements are a little ways away. Calyx going to be that first point of contact over on the ramp side. Flashes land. Now Woxic posted on that AWP. Whoa. Him and Calyx will combine, and Calyx goes back in for even more. Only Blitz left standing, and he walks to his demise. This one's not about Xantares, it's about Calyx in full support of him. Than what we saw the last time they faced this round. Will Eternal Fire remember they've seen this trick before? Flashes out in towards the ramp room. Woxic's been displaced, and Calyx gets domed on his swing out through the spawn. They don't realize Blitz has made it all the way across here. So as Woxic is looking for these players out in the yard, the rest of the Mongols are just hit pause on the ramp room taken now. Try to swarm Woxic down over in hell. He's pincered. Rock at a hard place for Woxic, and there's Mizinho with the backstab.
Great play.
Madger is the only guy left over here on the top site, and he's had a quiet game. Might need to stand and deliver now. The captain of Eternal Fire deals with that lurk out through the yard. Senzu picks up both players trapped in at the vent side, and Wakadia left too far away. 1v3. And an open route into the Heaven's Shore, but he's going to struggle to go any further than this. First showing out through the heavens, he's got to deal with Techno. Flick back, but 9-10 finds him.
One more will do it. Mongols looking like they want to bring the heat.
Fast out down the vents for Techno 4K. Ramp hit for everyone else. And Calyx, who's given us a fantastic series, is deleted. Dead in the water, nothing to be done. The Mongols control lower, and Eternal Fire are left scrambling for a retake. They've got to get past Techno 4K. Easier said than done, as Wakadia pays the price. The Mongols have had so much time here to get set up, so much time to get situated. They are further forward than Eternal Fire are ready for. And so they put tremendous stock in getting Xantares switched online while he's knocked out before last light here. As the Mongols look to move into the group stage at IEM Cologne, and the journey ends for Eternal Fire. Stellar stuff across the board from the Mongols, recovering from a horrible start to open this series on Anubis.
Yeah, A4 down on this map as well.